In the Pokemon community, many people challenge themselves by Nuzlocke, Soul Lanes, etc. in order to give the game a proper difficulty for them.
Alrighty then.
Now I'm fairly new to all of this. I do not know the name of all 1 bajillion Pokemon, or the stats, or the moves, or what's the most optimal, so I gave myself a challenge that wasn't too hard but wasn't a cakewalk, which is the Faborito challenge, where I only play with my absolute 2 favorite Pokemon of all time. And as you can see here, those top 2 are Gardevoir and Mawile. So here's my Pokemon Legends ZA Favorito challenge. We arrive at Lumio City and instantly get mugged. Now already having 2 problems here is 1, I was mugged, and 2, the game forced me to pick a starter, so I had to start with Chikorita to begin with. And let me tell you, oh my goodness, this tutorial, it was so long, I was going insane. But I'm basically gonna skip over much of the gameplay part and just focus on the story part for the at least for the first bit, just because my god, this tutorial was so long. This is Tawny, and after only have met us for 2 seconds, she decides that we are going to stay at the hotel, which is basically the establishment for this guy AZ and for her whole team. And after seeing us being able to hold our own in an accidental royale, she decides, and I guess we decide as well, that we are going to join the royale and climb to the very top ranks. There you go, all cut up. After completing a long tutorial and for buying the game, I finally am able to get Ralts. Welcome to the team, Atasa. Oh my god, I have to do this? Are you serious? After finally taking another Baby Aura's tutorial, I finally get my first promotion match. I start at Z, and beating this opponent will take me to rank Y, and I want to get all the way to rank A. Nighttime comes and we decide to head towards the battle zone. Me and my Ralts decide to fight as many trainers as we can, and up to the point where we can go ahead and begin our promotion match. We finally have enough points, and now challenge Zach, the taxi driver. Here is how the match went. One huge disadvantage I have is that I only have 1 Pokemon. Zach has 3. However, this is not a Nuzlocke, so it doesn't mean that when I die it's over. I heal my Ralts, however as you can tell, there is actually a cooldown on how often I can use my healing items, which means I can't just spam it and make sure that Ralts never dies. I have to actually plan in according when I'm going to use the potions. Lo and behold, I win, obviously to the surprise of absolutely nobody, and I go to rank Y. As in, why do you bother asking me if I'm the greatest trainer of all time? We then briefly meet Detective Emma, who just sonic speeds out of here. Weirdly enough, she almost has little to no relevance to the story. Why they chose to do that, I don't know. I felt like she would have been a much more important character.
Disappointed!
We're introduced to the heart of the city, Prism Tower, and decide to pick up some coffee, more specifically a flamethrower roast, which is very apparently delicioso, even though I don't really drink coffee in real life.
Can you say delicioso?
Brother,
Now in Lumios, there exists various wild zones. Wild zones basically being a place where they can contain Pokemon in a safe environment. However, it seems to be a big part of the story where not a lot of people are in favor of it, and a lot of people have different opinions, and we just happen to stroll by and instantly we're already get thrown into a fight, so woo. We help this lady get a Raichu, fight a bad bunny, encounter various wild Pokemon, and Emma teaches us Mega Evolution, which is basically... I received my next promotion match, and you know, at this point I'm feeling confident, everything's been going really well, no really apparent issues, and oh my god, this match alone made me want to rip my hair out. It was this little butterfly, oh my god, every time I did this move, I could barely do any damage to it, and it was so annoying. I kept dying repeatedly and repeatedly. Oh my, oh! And you're gonna be wondering, well, Frappe, why don't you have your Mawile? Well, as you can see here, and as I looked up, Mawile doesn't come until you unlock a Wild Zone 9. I even ended up involving my Ralts just so I could beat this trainer, and ooh, it felt so satisfying but so irritating, but I finally did it. Here we're introduced to the rest of the team, Lita wanting to be the best dancer that no one ever was, and Naveen, a brooding boy who always has to be brooding. So much so that he ends up battling us just so he doesn't talk about his traumatic life. Sadly, Zone 9 still isn't available for our next promotion match. However, this time I am able to go through it with ease. And I am able to go up a rank just like that, ladies and gentlemen.
W's in the chat.
We encounter a chessman who wants to throw hands with a taxi cab, have a practice battle with Lita, and you know, let me just say this, her animation's entrance is impeccable. Why is she popping off? Why do I need another tutorial on how to sit on a bench? I'm working towards my next promotion match now, and I feel much more confident now that I was able to give Adasa the move Draining Kiss, which basically what it does is that it damages the opponent's Pokemon, but it also in turn heals you a bit. So I don't have to rely that much on potions for the time being. We face off against Rentaro the Waiter, and even though he has 3 Pokemon and I only have 1, my 1 Pokemon is just as good as all 3 combined, and I take them all down easily, with the help of some potions and Draining Kiss of course. When leaving the promotion match, we encountered the mysterious Pokemon as Zygarde, which for some reason wants us to follow him. Zygarde takes us to a rogue Pokemon, which is a Pokemon that is being forced against its will to Mega Evolve, but causing it serious pain. So AZ, trying to help us out, lets us use Lucario and his Mega ability in order to calm it down. Wait, is this just a boss battle? So unfortunately, I was forced to use Lucario, but anyways, this is how it works. How these battles work is that you have to build your meter in order to Mega Evolve by attacking the Pokemon. However, what's different from this is that they can kill you. Not only do you have to worry about the position of your Pokemon, but also of your own position, because the Pokemon can decide to, you know what, let's just kill the trainer while we're at it. Lucario Mega Evolves, and after a bit, we're able to calm down the Absol. The story literally is, you know, I am the chosen one. That's literally the whole story. You are the chosen one. Oh my god, no one can do it like you. Anyways, besides that, we catch the eye of a company named Quasartico, and this guy Vinny wants us to be able to have our own Mega Rings, but in order to do that, we need to be promoted all the way to rank F. So therefore, he makes a special promotion match to see if we're really made out to be. Adasu is doing great on her own, but the fact that the rank is question mark to question mark made me think that this battle might not be as easy. So I decided to check the map real quick. Oh my god, yes. Zone 9. Oh my god, please, please. It's about time. I book it. I start looking everywhere. I'm not here to capture anyone. I'm not here to battle anything. I'm just here to find the Mawile. I need my Mawile. And after so long, or maybe it would have felt so long, but for me it felt like so long. Oh, finally! Get in the ball. Get in the ball. And we leave. Finally, I have the dream duo. Welcome to the team, Valentina. We then beat up this girl's army of Kakunas just to show off Mawile's strength and that Valentina can also hold it in battle. Is it time? Wait. It's time! It's time! Adasa fully evolves into Gardevoir. We do more tasks and leveling up and are finally and confidently ready to face off against Vinny. Houndoom sets out fire traps, but we're able to knock it down with ease. Sharpedo also tries to set some water traps, but we're also able to take it down. When it came to the Bunnyary was actually pretty going back and forth between the Mawile and Bunnyary, but we are able to get the advantage. The last Pokemon, Grandpa, Mega Evolves, but we too had a surprise of our own. Gardevoir Mega Evolves, and quite literally one-shot Grandpa. With no doubt in Vinny's minds, we get to climb all the way the letters, all the way to F. F, because that's pretty fantastic.
Say that again?
They finally decide to assign us our first rogue Pokemon, but my first stop was the store, seeing if they might have any Mawilite, which basically helps Mawile turn into Mega Mawile, but unfortunately it wasn't there, so Mega Gardevoir will have to do for now. We reconvene in order to discuss which of these people will get what Pokemon. And me, it doesn't matter. I'm dealing with all three because I'm apparently the ace in the card, the chosen one. While we're trying to organize ourselves, Naveen decides that the most important part, he cannot miss his Canari live stream. Now, even the way he talks, I don't know. I don't think I would want him watching my streams if I was a streamer, but anyways, we go on to attend the rogue Pokemon, and one by one, we deal with all three with no problem at all. I then buy a fossil and hatch Tyrant because One, duh. And two, oh, this little T-Rex is like, oh, I will use you in my... Zygarde battles with us. I send Gardevoir to do most of the damage, and then I send Mawile to finish the job. Afterwards, he hands us a pebble, and we see a man that has been tagging along with Zygarde, which to many people seems very familiar, who goes by the name of L. We are then asked if we're ready to save the city from destruction. So at this point, I don't even... yeah, I'm the chosen one for everything. I might as well be the chosen one who'll save the coffee shop. We find our next promotion match, and it is none other than Canari, the girl that Naveen is obsessed with. It's so weird. I mean, in order to get to Canari, we have to do a quiz, but since we don't know much about Canari, Naveen puts an earpiece in us, and we answer the quiz, and we make through it, and even beat this girl. And I don't know, just Naveen, I don't put him at D tier. I'm sorry. After winning, we request for a promotion match, and to the surprise of Canari, who's actually being played by her grandpa, she accepts. So now we're on our way for the promotion match, and the train is over here honking. After battling grandpa, it was finally our time to encounter the real Canari, which we found her just streaming her games and locked up in a room. Honestly, this character is very realistic. The promotion match begins, and this time I am more confident because for once I have both Gardevoir and Mawile on my team, so I'm able to swap with ease while I try to heal the other. And as you can probably tell by her outfit, all her types were electric, which they're not weak or strong against fairy, you know, it's just neutral, so I felt more confident and more that it was a fair playing field, you could say. Canari then evolves her Electros into a Mega form, and so do we with our Gardevoir, and I actually completely wiped the floor with it. So much so that Canari has a complete and utter crash out. Afterwards, Canari gives us a signed plush to give to Naveen because she knew all along that it was someone helping us. I'm gonna be honest, I really wanted to keep that plush to myself just to rub it in his face, but of course to the story we have to give it to the fanboy, and oh my god. Just then, Vinny calls Tawny in order of more cases of rogue Pokemon that we have to go deal with because of course child labor laws don't exist here.
We don't do that here.
Now these rogue Pokemon started to get more challenging, especially in the case of this Mega Banette, who even though he can make shadow clones, all of the shadow clones damage are actually real and they can still kill you. You are such a coward. And this Halucha just wants to do... Watch out, watch out, watch out! But regardless, we're able to deal with all of them. And we have another encounter with Zygarde and L, where we discover that Zygarde cannot Mega Evolve for what's about to come. What happened to the music? Where's the... Our next promotion match is with Ivor, but before we could do that, we hope this boy finds Shooter Mareep so he doesn't think he's crazy. We hope this lady make a new perfume based on Vanilla Light. We meet this worker who's getting bothered by a Pokemon, but that Pokemon is actually warning her that he's overworking herself due to stress. And we meet this worker who's being lazy, so we have to fight him so he can fix the Hollow Later and get out of his butt. That's about it. We didn't accumulate enough points to battle Ivor. However, Ivor's sister is missing, so us and Detective Emma go and look for her, and we find a fountain that we have to freeze, and Detective Emma wants us to use Vanilla Light, but after further research I realized that Mawile can learn Ice Beam, which is enough, and we're able to freeze the lake and go down under. Which the first thing that really stood out to me is that, oh my god, there was so much more texture in the underground part than in the whole city. Like, why couldn't they have done this? After going through a fake wall, exploring some more, we finally find Gwen, which looks very familiar. Let me just say one thing. This battle, with this trainer specifically, was the hardest one in the whole game. None of the A trainers, B, C, no. It was this one specifically. Her Pokemon are super effective against mine because mine are fairy types, so they die very easily. Not only that, the AI seems to know perfectly when to use Protect. Time after time, I kept failing and failing until I finally got a lucky swap and was able to claim victory. The reason she didn't want to be found was because she just wanted alone time because her brother was driving her crazy. Fair enough, that's very fair. So when it came time finally for the promotion match, hey! And luckily, his Pokemon were weak against mine, and we move on, in which we find out that Tawny has put us in debt more than $1 million because she tried to make a video to make our hotel popular and get more guests. So now we have to go run some chores for the Rust Syndicate in order to clear that debt. However, we also have new rogue Pokemon to deal with on top of the chores. Oh yeah, this is a long video. Anyways, we're able to do the chores and handle all three.
It's not that easy, cause Gwen is blocking one of the rogue Pokemon in the way.
In this time, I have a surprise for Gwen. After beating Gwen, we're now able to finish the rogue Pokemon and the chores. Before we continue, we hope this couple will prevent from getting divorced, take on the Karate Kid, defeat this pompous rich kid, settle dispute between two people, make this Carvana super famous, and meet this girl who's actually doing the same thing as I can. So, ace tier. We won up a Canari fanboy, and this dude tries to beat us up with a Mawile, which, well, you can tell how that ended. The leader of us in the kid will clear our debt if we beat him in a promotion match, which we of course do. And okay, I do apologize, I skipped a lot over, his story. But honestly, he's a great character. But we beat him anyways, and we move up a rank. We train with Lita, and this guy chilled at the cafe, and we receive an invitation to a tournament, which it's about to start until we get a notification saying that there's more rogue Pokemon, which is more important. So me and Tawny head out, but of course the rich don't care, and this girl is she's so stubborn that she ends up locking us in her own wild zone. And afterwards that we beat it, okay, fine, we'll go to a tournament now that we dealt with all the rogue Pokemon. Ada-san and Valentina have definitely trained up this whole route. And if I skipped a lot of battles really quickly, is honestly because they put in the work. They finished them off really quickly. I can confirm certain that they can take us all to the top and we can win this tournament and become the best in Lumiose. We first face off against Canari, and this time Gardevoir gets to shine and ends up to clean sweeping the whole electric team. And obviously Canari has another crash out. Unfortunately, Gwen moves on, but good on us that our next opponent is Ivor, as you remember previously. This time Valentina gets to shine, and history repeats itself, and it's over just like that.
Double KO!
We then face off against Corbu, which the Roserade and Gyarados gave us a run for our money, but both Ada-san and Valentina were also able to dominate.
That's 3!
Zygarde shows up and wants to fight us in his 50% form, but it doesn't matter because that was actually the easiest fight out of the whole tournament.
Wow, 4 in a row!
Now it's finally to face off Miss Richie Rich for the promotion to rank B.
You need to eliminate one more player!
And she had a Mawile and a Gardevoir. So obviously this made it very personal for me. This was the moment here, where Valentina and Ada-san just other Mawile and Gardevoir among the sea, or did I really fully develop them to be the monsters and beasts that they are meant to be? Valentina goes into Mega Form and easily finishes off her imposter. 1 to go. But now, Gardevoir couldn't Mega Evolve because Mawile had used up the juice. Ada-san, the OG, the one that's been with us from the very beginning, had to go through this trial with her own pure raw power. Nothing else mattered. They did it. Both Ada-san and Valentina beat their imposters, and the rest is history. Rank B is ours. This moment right here. I didn't even know that this was not scripted, but it's just beautiful.
Another epic victory! Big win!
Now you might be thinking, all that left now is rank A. Turns out our promotion match is a mystery, and AZ is 3,000 years old. Emma and this girl were part of the events of this game, which is the same as this one. The barista is our promotion match, but turns out he's from Team Flare from the events of 5 years ago, so he reveals the plot of the first story. And Nell actually remembers his past, but not really. AZ made a second device of destruction in the tower because he made the first one to drain the life of millions of Pokemon to save his Floette, because the first one he used it in a war before these games, but destroying the first device in these games caused the second to malfunction, which explains the rogue Pokemon. So you fight Gresham for the rights to save the entire galaxy, you rank up and settle with Tawny to see who is the strongest to use Floette to stop the machine. You win, but doesn't matter, Tawny doesn't respect the win and uses Floette. Zygarde is now waiting for us to meet him, which is present again in these games, which makes this game not even a Pokemon Legends game, but it's actually Pokemon Z, which is the equivalent of what's this game to these apparently. Now we have to make a break for it for Zygarde, but the tower is causing many Pokemon to go rogue Mega. unfortunately everyone who we have battled has decided to lend us a hand in order so we could reach our final destination. First we encounter Ivor and Gwen along with 3 rogue Mega Pokemon, but Gwen decides to stay back while Ivor and Mega Phalanx clear us a bridge. Our next encounter is Canari, and actually these rogues were proving a problem for Valentina and Adasa, but Canari actually clutched up and kept dealing enough damage to where I could heal mine and get back in the fight. The grandpa makes a maze for us to cross, which Canari clearly calls out. Honestly, she's S tier. We traverse through the maze and finally get out of it, only for Canari and her team to nearly speedrun defeating the rogue Megas. The rich girl is attending to the rest of the city, so she sends her assistant to help us deal with the next Megas. But then she and her assistant gel themselves with the rest of the rogue Megas. Honestly, that was actually a good play. I can respect that. Corbu waits to escort us at the mall, but we're interrupted by a Gallade and a Gardevoir. And between his Scolipede and Adasa, we keep pushing it forward.
Let's get moving!
After making a human ladder and climbing, we're interrupted by more Megas. Both G's from Team Flare jump in and swoop in to save us. We are now with Zygarde, who collects all 99 cells that L has collected, plus the one that's been with us from the beginning, transforming into his final form.
One shall stand, and one shall fall.
In the end, Adas and Valentina dealt with the flowers, while Zygarde did his finishing move. That pebble that he gave us from the very beginning, that was actually a Mega Stone. And we proceed to Mega Evolve Zygarde into basically a Gundam that launches a big laser that absolutely nukes the nuke that the tower was gonna use. It's over. AZ is finally able to rest in peace, and we promise him to keep protecting Lumios with Tawny, Lita, and the other one. Adas and Valentina can take a well-deserved rest. Thank you for watching.